It's Saturday, October 11th, 2025, and since there's a fire going and it's morning, yes, the fuzzy little puppy dog and I did camp out last night. She is currently in the tent on my bed. The horses are in the round pen. I wasn't sure that there was any hay and any grazing in there for them, but apparently they found enough. I am giving them more hay. They've pretty much ate everything that I gave them yesterday, just left scraps. I'm at the time of the year where I'm starting to increase the amount of hay that they get. And I will be calling my hay guy in the not too distant future to see about getting some hay, and I still have enough for a while. But I've got some things to do before I call him, and I'll be talking about that in the video. Had a really busy week this week. Yes, I got got more housework done. Not as much as I wanted to, but that's because I had laundry to do this week. Normally, I'll have weeks when I don't have to do any, and then I have to do all of it in basically a short period of time. And see, I got 3 loads of laundry done and have one more to do next week. So, of course, getting it all out on the line in the morning and then taking it down in the afternoon and then folding it and putting it away the next morning takes away time from my housework. But it's one of those chores that has to be done, and when I have to do the laundry, it doesn't do as much I don't get as much housework done. But yeah, I still got housework done. And it's supposed to be raining later today and tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm not really planning on doing too terribly much. I might just sort through a bunch of papers or something. I try to take it easy on Sunday as much as possible. But yeah, I have work that I need to get done. I need to really get cracking down in the basement because it's getting cold out. I'm going to need a fire soon. Speaking of fire, one of the things I have started doing is I started spending time most days going out in the woods and getting some firewood. And days that I don't get the firewood are days that I spent cutting and splitting it. I didn't have a chance yesterday to get any out in the woods. I'll be talking about that a little later. But I am bringing it home. I'm putting it on a pallet. And tomorrow, well, I won't be doing anything tomorrow. But on Monday, it's supposed to rain on Monday. If it stops in the afternoon, I can go out and I can work on cutting it down to size and splitting it. Those boards that you see off to the right here, those are pieces of old fence post black locust. They burn good, and I'm thinking that rather than burning it out here like I plan to, I'm going to take that home and burn it in the wood stove. I will need to split them in half, but they can take a long time to burn, and I burned one yesterday and last night, and it took a while for it to really get going, so it's like, yeah, I'd rather do it in the wood stove. And I'm needing a left-handed smoke shifter because the smoke is all coming right at me. That's better. And this is, because of doing the wood, this is one of the best fires that I've had in a while. I'm doing things a little bit different. Some of these I could have probably burned in the wood stove, but I am so tired of, I have had in the past, people have cut wood for me or given me wood that they've cut, yada, yada, yada. They don't care as much of the size as I do. They're not having to stack it either inside for use or outside in the woodshed. And I can get all kinds of crazy lengths. I've had pieces that are like 6-7 inches and pieces that are 20-some inches. So what I'm doing now, I am cutting everything to about no shorter than 13 and no bigger than 15. I'm heading for 14. That size works good in the wood stove. If I have something that's smaller than that, it goes for campfires. I am not messing around with it this year. I'm only planning to get like 1.25 in. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get the house up for sale and get out of here sometime this year, or at the very least January, depending on the weather. Of course, if it gets really nasty out, it might mean that I have to wait a couple of days before I can leave. We'll see. But like I said, I had started on the firewood. Yesterday, I didn't get out in the woods and get any. It took me a little bit longer to get some stuff done that I wanted to do. And one thing that I did have, I realized I have a dead pine tree in the backyard. And I had the tree guy come out and look at it. That'll be the subject of another video. But means that I've had to shift focus a bit. And like I said, that'll be explained in another video. But I am getting the yard done. I'm seeing a difference. Not sure if I'm going to work on what I planned on working on today or not. It's going to depend. With the tree guy coming in and all of that, I didn't get to the firewood yesterday. So I'll probably spend like 2 hours getting firewood today and an hour on the yard. So that's where I am with that. Horses. Didn't have time to work with Licorice. All I did with Misty was I did ride her on my lesson. And my instructor normally rides with me because I have my lessons out in the woods. Well, she lost her one horse. I think I said something about that before. And all three of the other ones are currently not able to be ridden. They all have something going on. The one she may just have to retire. He's old quarter horse. And she says she's not sure what she's doing with him. And the one is definitely laid up for months. Another one is, I guess she uses him, but I think he actually belongs to another woman. So she had no horse to ride. And before we went out, she's really looked at Misty and decided that I have a trail halter for her. Decided that I just had it on her a little bit too tight. So she had me loosen some stuff up on it, and we went out. This is the first time since June 30th, 2019, that Misty has been ridden any place other than my field by herself. I had one spot where I had a little bit of trouble getting her to go. Finally got her to go. She's just one spot she doesn't like it, even when I'm riding with another horse. But we got her past that. Had the lesson. I want to say trail ride. It's kind of like a trail ride, but it's a lesson. Beautiful morning now. It's just the kind of morning when you want to get out and be outside. And I don't know if it was because she wasn't being distracted by another horse or whether it was because of the things that I loosened up. But what a difference in how she responded. I had been thinking about getting this pair of spurs because she wasn't listening to my leg. Listened like a dream this week. Didn't really jump. We've been working on that. Instead, just worked on getting her over the logs without having her duck out, mainly at a walk. I think we did do a trot a couple of times, and that was really enjoyable. And my instructor had her son's dog with her, so the dog was running around, and I mentioned to her about, this is something I really want to be able to do with Callie, and that's ride with her with me. And she says, well, bring her out. I says, well, I'm not sure if, she doesn't always have the best recall. So what I'm going to do, with her permission, is I'm going to drive back to the trails, park the Jeep, get out with Callie on a leash to make it easier to catch her, and just walk the trails. Make sure she's staying with me. Make sure she's not wandering all over, especially any of the deer start running through the woods, because it's not unusual to see deer when I'm having my lesson. How many did we see? I saw 3, and then I was thinking I saw a 4th over to the one side, and then it came out from behind the tree, and I realized, no, it wasn't the deer, it was the dog, golden retriever, so, bigger, and probably about the size of some of the fawns, so that's what I was thinking I was seeing, and no, it was the dog. But he said, I want to be able to ride with Callie, so we're going to try that Not this lesson coming up. I don't know how much time I'm going to have, but the lesson after that, definitely. Oh, it's trying to rain on me. It's not supposed to rain this morning. I'm getting a couple little sprinkles. Had dew last night that I wasn't expecting. I might mean that I have to put away a wet tent and just, when it dries out, put it up in my yard. But that's about where I am for the week. I think I'm going to get my breakfast going, get my coffee going, and I'll talk at you later.